Kraven the Hunter displayed a litany of powers in his eponymous live-action debut in what may be the final movie of Sony's Spider-Man universe, but not all of them work in the same way as Marvel Comics. Kraven the Hunter details Kraven's origin story before becoming one of the foremost figures in Spider-Man's iconic rogues gallery. Kraven does not face off against Spider-Man, adding to the long-standing trend of Sony omitting the character from its Spider-Man universe, but looking at the feats Kraven pulled off throughout the film shows how he could give Peter Parker a run for his money. To be fair, it would have been difficult to justify Kraven facing off against a vigilante like Spider-Man, given Kraven embodied that role himself. Kraven the Hunter begins with Sergei Kravenov already having established a reputation as a formidable and clandestine assassin of high-ranking criminals. Unlike Spider-Man, however, his methods are substantially more brutal as he tears through the world's criminal underworld with lethal force. The superpowers at his disposal are incredibly helpful in achieving his relatively noble goals, with a smattering of original abilities that help to highlight his bestial affinity. Kraven the Hunter's powers in Marvel Comics explained. Kraven's abilities are enhanced by a magic potion. Kraven the Hunter earns his place among Spider-Man's most recognizable nemeses, as he is easily one of the most formidable. In addition to mastering the skills of a hunter, Kraven is afforded a superhuman boost to most other attributes that can put him on equal footing with the likes of Spider-Man and Captain America. Similarly to the latter attaining his powers from the super soldier serum, Kraven obtains his by ingesting a mystical substance provided by Calypso. His enhanced attributes in Marvel Comics include the following. Kraven's enhancements repeatedly allow him to hold his own against Spider-Man, one of Marvel Comics' strongest characters. Combined with his tactical mastery, this has even allowed him to defeat Spider-Man in Kraven's last hunt, in which he subdues his nemesis and buries him alive. Kraven has also gone toe-to-toe with Black Panther and Venom, fighting the latter multiple times and at one point even defeating the powerful symbiote. While he has been bested multiple times in Marvel Comics, it would ultimately fall to Kraven to end his own life in Kraven's last hunt after he declares victory over Spider-Man. Kraven the Hunter gives the Marvel villain some new powers. Kraven displays a mystical link with the animal kingdom. In Marvel Comics, Kraven has displayed a particular affinity for animals that allows him to almost effortlessly train them to follow his commands. Kraven the Hunter expands on this, as most animals are immediately pacified by his presence, suggesting some kind of mystical connection between them. This culminates in Kraven using a stampeding herd of bison to pen in Rhino in his climactic bout with the gangster before using them to ultimately kill him in a stampede. He achieves something similar with a bear, which he seemingly instructs to maul his father to death in a forest. This isn't expanded upon beyond showing that he has some psychic ability to communicate with animals, rather than showing him going through the order of training them. He is also seen grappling with a snow leopard, however, which suggests that he is not always on amenable terms with the animal kingdom. Aside from this, Kraven the Hunter is relatively comic accurate in its depiction of Kraven's powers, showing him to be a formidable hunter with the ability to track anyone on his hit list. The final act of the movie also suggests that these may have been further enhanced. Where Kraven's powers come from explained. Kraven's powers come from a magic potion and a lion's blood. Young Kraven being attacked by a lion in Kraven the Hunter trailer. Sergei Kravenov obtains his powers as a young man while on a reluctant hunting expedition in Africa with his father, Nikolai Kravenov, and his brother Dmitry Kravenov, who would later go on to become the Spider-Man villain, Chameleon. While hunting for the Tsar, a legendary lion capable of enduring multiple gunshot wounds, Kraven is mauled after refusing to use a gun to kill the beast. Blood from the Tsar's gunshot wounds then mixes with Kraven's blood. As illustrated by a CGI sequence, Kraven is then given a mystical healing potion by Calypso, who was bequeathed it by her grandmother. This is the comic-accurate origins of Kraven's powers, though there's little to glean from the exposition surrounding the potion other than it is powerful and seemingly magic. Kraven is later saved with an extra dose of the potion at the end of Kraven the Hunter, though it is unclear whether this augments his powers before the credits roll. Ultimately, it seems as though Kraven's powers arise from the mixture of these two factors.